Good afternoon, guys. Well, today covert is the name of the game. We know where we intend to get to. It is a place called Scoffers Cafe. It used to be an old little chef situated on Exton Services. It had two cafeterias. One closed a good 20 years ago. That was a little chef. At that time they were closing down loads and loads of their sites. This one was taken over by a company called Scoffers. So we're here to have an explore of that, try and stay out of general view until we get there, get into the belly of the beast, explore that, put it on camera for you guys, and hopefully it'll be pretty good. So as usual, joining me is Adventures of Paul, waving at the back there, and yeah, let's go and do this. Covert update. Right, we have walked from that hedge line up there all the way along here, and our way in is just down there. The intended plan is just to stay out of sight so nobody rings the old alarm bell, should we say. SO that's right next door are famed for being grasses. They pretty much, they see people, they'll phone the police would come along, because they probably do loops around the A45 and sort of come and have a gander themselves, and it's just not worth the hassle, guys. So if you can come up by the same way as we did, we parked where the tree line up the back there is. There's an old farmer's entrance, and we've got under the barrier there, walked around where the field full of sheep is. It comes up the back here and then you're in. It's kind of been intermittently chucking it down, so I didn't film all the way around, but we've travelled down here, got to this point. This is your access by where this railing is. Door is wide open, and that is our way in for our nice little explore. So join us inside, guys. Right, guys, we've made our way in for this rickety old door that seems to be propping it up. So let's go and explore the belly of this beast. It's going to be pretty dark in places, so I'm going to certainly need the old flashlight. Stacks of old chairs, old racking. You can see holes in the ceiling now, the roof. This is where your scrappers have been left for a period of time, so they think, you know what, free enterprise. They come in here and they will strip it of its copper, its lead, and this is what we're dealing with. Of course, if you know the name of Scoffers, you know this area won an award back in 2019. I think it's the Echo newspaper, possibly. Cafe of the Year, local area for Northamptonshire. It was a family run business. Reason why it's now closed. Hello, buddy. Bearded Viking Explorer. Been here, left a sticker on the old Sun newspaper stand. The reason why this place is closed is quite simple. COVID hit 2020. Place has been going strong for 20 years, but like anything else, all of these sites, they live kind of hand to mouth, month by month. Even airlines do. The likes of Virgin Atlantic could fall into liquidation, go bust at any time. Your major airlines, businesses that rely on your footfall, your customers. COVID hit, the government stopped people coming to these places, and then it just was not viable afterwards. So what they done, they sold off everything that was relatively new. I believe they had new chairs, some of the cutlery was new. Like, so obviously you cannot sell a half open bottle of tomato ketchup. Some of your old knives and forks, they would have been left here, and the ravagers have come in and taken those. But yeah, I think it was like surplus food that was unopened. They sold it to locals at less than half cost price, and they did turn around and say they would be back. Not happened yet, of course. I certainly hope they are. Don't like to see anyone go out of business through fault that is not their own. COVID was none of our making, unless you believe all the rumours about the bat, etc. But yeah, this is what remains of the once famed Scoffers Cafe. He was opened for about 20 years. Of course, back in the day, this was part of your road chef, then it became a little chef, and the little chef chains all become obsolete. I think it was 2018, they were open from 1958, and they fell by the wayside. So there is what would have been pretty much an identical one to these for its foundations and building itself across the road on, I believe these are called Ecton services. So this was eastbound, so you would have gone here going out towards the east and the coast, etc., and westbound would have been the other side, which never changed hands. That stayed as a little chef but closed permanently 20 years ago. I don't see the point in going over there to have a look at it, guys, because whereas this place has got stuff to explore, little caverns, little cubby holes, old money boxes, etc., etc., your old fridges, that place is a shell. There is nothing there whatsoever apart from maybe a sign that said bread rolls for 49p. So I don't think we're going to bother so much about that. We've got all we need here, to be honest with you. Look at that mould. Wow. It looks as if you could still have mushrooms on the menu, because nature finds a way. Yeah, I'm gutted for those who are the proprietors. They've done absolutely nothing wrong, and I do hope that they do get to open another one. I'm surprised with the scrappers who come in and steal your lead and your copper that they didn't go for stainless steel, these classic old ovens. Or maybe they're just too heavy and the value in that outweighed stripping it and taking it out, or they just didn't want to get covered in half a ton of grease. But it's a mess, guys. At least it's not filthy. I was expecting it to be grimy, covered in cack, but it's not. This is the way we come in down the side there. Apparently someone is gay. Does that mean they're happy? That's the way we came through. Let's go back on ourselves. Always nice to go and check out the cars, see what state they're in. So this has kind of been on the pinned list, should we say. Not a bucket list, it's just one of those, it fits the narrative. We love exploring these sort of places. But it's been pinned for a period of time. I know it was Urban Rock coming here a couple of times. Exploring with Shano, the Voided, Viking Explorer, they've been here of course. And them guys coming in proved to us that it is still accessible. Jesus, look at the mould on the doors. Oh, we even have a ladder. That would go up to main switches. That would go up to your loft. I do not see the point in going up there. Only thing you'll find up there is probably a bee or a wasp's nest. The toilet should keep. Well, it's missing. We have the ladies. Ideal for the likes of Paul, because he likes to be a lady. And this, in the whole grand scheme of things, although the sinks are busted, does not look overly bad. And it doesn't stink, which is always a good point. What we can say about the guys, I do not know. Oh Jesus, that stinks. That strong urine smell. Yeah, I'm not going to go in there. Someone's even left a bottle of hand wash. Oh, yeah, I'm not saying around here, guys. It's a bit pungent. And then we have a pool door. So that must be, sorry about the darkness, a changing facility stroke disabled toilet. It's just ornate sort of chalk and small rock pieces. Sunday roast. See, not bad prices. Don't know whether they were famed for a breakfast, etc. Staff wanted, as I said, back in the day, very, very successful. Look at the light. They look pretty cool. Kiddies area. The floor is sort of raised up in places where the damp's got to it, and I'd say it's laminate in places has started to lift, rotten through. A few old Bain Maries hanging around. Nice setup. A lot of this gets staged by the likes of ourselves. We didn't do this, of course, but we did at the old Truckers Cafe on the A1. We placed a load of chairs like that and put some salt vinegar and pepper on it just to add to the shots. There it is, probably the best cafe in the world. It could have been. I can't substantiate whether it was. I can only give them the tick because they won an award, but unfortunately I never got to come here. Customer notice, cash transactions, card machine's gone down. Free cash withdrawals at Esso. Now obviously Esso is, as I point the torch, they can't see because it's boarded up, pretty much across that way, but they do not like the likes of ourselves, the so-called undesirables. It's not us, it's the ones who come in here and trash the place. They do not like us being on site. We've made our way round, as you know, coming covertly through the back. Paul likes it through the back all the time, and yeah, if they see you, I think they're pretty sharpish on calling the old bill. So if you are coming, do it the same way as we did, and you should be fine, as long as this place remains. How long it remains, God only knows. You can turn around and say that the other one across the road, in a far more derelict state, has been standing for 20 years, like that, CCTV in operation. I don't think so, guys. And there you go, the roof, just home to insects now. I believe, yeah, look at that, old payphone. Certainly would not work, of course. I'm guessing things just changed over the years. All these, the little chefs, the road chefs, Scoffers itself, Kelly's Kitchen, loads of them, all fallen by the wayside. Reason being, it's because of how we have adapted, how we have changed. Nowadays, it's more your quick, simple McDonald's, maybe a Greg's, and obviously you've got your three main chains, I would turn around and say, being Costa, Starbucks, and probably Timmy Hortons. I'd say they were the main coffee outlets that have sort of stolen the show, should we say. Myself and Rach, whenever back in the day, like probably many families, we would travel going down to the likes of Cornwall, Devon, etc., and it was always a famed one for us was Tot Hill Services. We always would go there for a little chef. Rachel would have a breakfast sampler, I would have an Olympic breakfast, and then I would have a pot of tea or two down that, and we would be on our way further down. We'd use the A roads as opposed to the motorways to have more of a pleasant journey going down there, should we say. And I guess that was the culture for many people. Never in our lifetime have I expected to be, oh, I'm just going to go around the city centre, let's stop for a coffee break. It wasn't the dumb thing. I suppose the likes of Friends has got a lot to answer to, because that started off when the show started. It was a bar, then it became a coffee house, Central Perk, and everything pretty much, culture changed from that moment. Everyone wanted a coffee. Back in the day, could you turn around and really honestly say, let's go shopping up the city centre, let's go here, let's go there, let's stop for a cup of tea? You wouldn't do that. You'd go home and have a drink, or you'd get maybe a cold drink, but you wouldn't stop for a coffee. It's just the way we are now. But anyway, guys, that's enough of that. Let's get out of this place. As wonderful as it is to explore, we don't want to ruin it for everybody else that comes through. Other guys will come in and they will find other things that meet their needs. Thankfully, although there's a little bit of spraying going on, it's not overly that bad. So let's just have a butcher's outside. Well, this would have been your outside area. You always film these sort of bits last because this is where we're probably fully on camera from the security side of it at the petrol station. Now they can do what they want. We've been inside, we've had our little explore, had our little bit of a nose, and we can leave this place. But it kind of shows you what remains of the front. So that's where the phone booth was, or the phone box should I say, just inside the entrance. All locked up. Pointless being locked up because we still made it in anyway. This would have been the car parking area. That's your old SO forecourt. There's an old Scoffers sign up here as well. Except we don't care now. Doesn't matter that we're on camera. We've done our bit. We're just showing you guys. Adjacent to the A45. Place will be trashed eventually. But we've enjoyed it. Anyway, thank you so much for joining us, guys. We've enjoyed ourselves. We always do when we come on one of these explores. We tend to go in covertly, out of sight, out of mind, and then maybe show up just to see some of the outside bits at the end, because then you've done your bit. It doesn't so much matter. I'd just like this opportunity to dedicate this video to someone dear to all of us in Milton Keynes, AP Autistic Psycho, otherwise known as Jason Dundee, Jay. He left this earth yesterday about, I think it was about 7-8 p.m. He'd had a short illness. Although he said it was a short illness, he was ill for a period of time. He wasted away. Unfortunately, he succumbed to the big C like many people do, obviously my sister included. And he's going to be deeply missed. He had his opinions, he had his own views, he put them out there on camera. If you like, he was like Milton Keynes Mr. Angry. He said what was on his chest. A lot of people probably felt the same, but they were too scared to put it out there. To him, it didn't matter. He put it out there into the realm, and he done some good explores. He was like a pioneer for urbex in Milton Keynes, Buckinghamshire, Bedfordshire. He done a lot of places. We would send him to places that was local to him that he could go to. I think it was Chemical or Chemitol up on Denby Estate was probably the last explore that we sent his way that he could actually get to and done himself. More recently I caught up with him on a train back from Bedford when he had explored the piano house at Marshall Moratain. He was a good guy, he really was. He had time for myself, he had time for Adventures of Paul, who's milling around here somewhere, and he will be dearly missed. And I dedicate this vlog at this place. He would have loved it. I dedicate this to you, Jay. You will be sorely missed. And with that, guys, we'll see you in the movies. Thank you so much for watching. Bye for now.